My name is Svetlana. I work in a theater as a choir singer. I was at the Maidan from the very beginning. My primary role was to do laundry and to cook food. I also had a medicine bag on me at all times, although I don't have any medical education. Our tent was located right here. Many were at Hrushevskoho Street and many were here. Yevhen Nishtuk, now Ukraine's Minister of Culture, yelled from the stage that nobody should go to the perimeter. Meanwhile, we all were busy with Molotov cocktails because people realized that something was about to happen, so everyone did it quietly. We saw snipers walking on top of the conservatory. People realized that we were in between this world and that world, and that something was to happen. Something was already happening. I had a call from Hrushevskoho Street from the guys. They asked to bring something to eat. I remember there was a boy named Taras from Lviv. Together with him, we ran bringing the food, having just a plywood shield for cover. As for the fear, well, I don't say there was fear. The fear came later, when I stopped to consider what could have happened. As we were bringing the food, I approached a priest and asked him for blessing. He gave me a piece of small copper iron. I still carry it with me. Perhaps it was the icon that saved me back then. A young fellow was carried past me on a stretcher. Ambulances couldn't get to Maidan. I called an ambulance and they told me that they only could get to the nearby McDonald's. Seeing that guy being carried really stunned me. I hope to God he's alive. A priest wearing a helmet ran next to the stretcher and held up an IV drop. When dead people are being carried past you, although at the time we didn't realize they were dead, when you realize it's not an American action movie, you don't think about yourself somehow. The Maidan was an anthill that functioned non-stop around the clock. You know, there was no joking around, no laughter. Everyone was so focused. Everyone realized full well it was death, it was hell.
Это смерть. Смерть и ад.
I suppose back then we didn't understand that was to follow. Crimea, Donbas. I studied in Donetsk, and like for many others, this is not easy for me because I spent my youth there. I had my education there, I have friends there, and now the way things turned out, it's as though I've become an enemy for many out there. I can't stand by when someone is in trouble. I won't restrain myself doing good deeds. And at that time, when our country was in a really dire situation, I just couldn't be an armchair patriot sitting and following it all on TV like many others did, or just liking and sharing posts. I realized that I belonged right here. I was even accused that I was on the Maidan for money. The guys can confirm that I brought along a lot of things and bought a lot of things with my own money, and I paid for the laundry too. February 18th through 20th made me look at life from a new perspective. As for the Heavenly Hundred, even now when I hear the song Plina Kacha, I can't keep from crying.
Потому что люди отдают самое дорогое, что у них есть, это жизнь. Ее нельзя купить за 3 рубля, ее нельзя продать.
You know, when people die for what they died for, I believe it wasn't in vain. People give the most precious thing of all. They give their life. How can anyone say it was in vain?
Я не понимаю этого момента.